Oh, hope there's not a snake in here. Man. Hey, I'm Wes. I invited 20 of my best friends to a mid-century modern cabin to record my very first solo project. And it was the time of my life. And we recorded a song called Fight to Be First, and it changed my life. Well, this story behind the song changed my life. Totally changed the trajectory of my life, and I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. If you've gotten this far into my YouTube channel, you probably know a little bit of my story. I was fired from a church job that I loved. And I believe technically my last day was somewhere at the beginning of December. And January after that December, Noe and I decided that we were gonna go on a little writing retreat by ourselves. So it was just me and him, went up to a cabin up north to write some songs, to process, to pray. Just to be together and to seek the Lord. And it was January, so it was snowing out. The snow was like up to here. It was cold. And we finally got all our gear in the cabin, and we were setting up the studio. Noe had forgot his power cord to his interface. And we realized we weren't gonna be able to produce any songs. We kind of thought we were just gonna write and totally try to produce songs as we go all the way through, and ended up not having the ability to do that. So all we had was a piano and a guitar. And in hindsight, that's all we really needed. It really forced us to quiet our hearts and to actually dig deep into what we were trying to say. And circling around in my mind is Colossians 3, we forgive because we've been forgiven. And that's what was in my head the whole time. And here comes another one. That terrifies me. After I got fired, I felt, so many feelings: anger, resentment, betrayal, was confused, I was hurt. And part of this time when Noe and I got away into this cabin was just a time to pray through that, bring those feelings to the Lord. And I feel like this song really encompasses all of what I was trying to say, really, with this whole project. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to feel like that. I don't want to feel those feelings. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be resentful. I don't want to be hurt. I want to live how Jesus lays out that we can live in the fullness of life. And I wasn't living that way. This song's really just about coming face to face with how broken I am, and having the guts to admit that, but also getting to an honest place and saying, Lord, I need your help. Lord, if I'm gonna forgive like you command, I can't do it on my own. I need your help. I wanna see people the way you see people. I wanna love people the way you love people. I wanna forgive, not because I should or it's the right thing to do, but because you first forgave me, and forgiveness flows from the cross. And so who am I to not forgive someone that's wronged me or hurt me? And when you get to that place, it's just impossible to see people any other way. It's impossible not to forgive, And someone asked me, how'd you get Ryan to sing on this? And that's one of the most special parts about recording this song, to be honest, because Ryan was my worship pastor for 10 years. He's the person who taught me how to lead worship. He took me out to lunch when I was 17 years old and basically just gave me an opportunity to learn from him. That's what I did for 10 years. The fact that even after everything that went down, he still was like, Wes, I'm with you. Let's record this song together. And it's not I don't know if easiest, or it's not an easy song to sing in the sense of, the lyrics in it are extremely vulnerable. Yeah, I don't know, this song, you have to get to a place in your heart where you admit that you're not perfect. That maybe there are places in your life that you're in the wrong. And giving that to the Lord. And so I was just honored when Ryan said, yeah, I'll do it. He helped me write the second verse. And when we were writing it, we wrote the lines, what's what's the words? Oh yeah, dude, we wrote the lyrics. Do you believe me? I never meant to be the one who was causing all the issues. Do you believe me? I swore that it was your truth. How'd I ever miss you? And when we wrote those lyrics, I was like, Ryan, you know you're gonna be the one singing these lyrics. Are you cool with that? And he said, absolutely. It impacted me so much because Rye's still there, and I love that he's still there. It felt like a metaphor coming together of saying, hey, let's drop the gloves and let's just hug it out and say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that this happened. I'm sorry that this is the way things ended. But we're still gonna love each other. We're still gonna pursue Jesus. We're still gonna magnify his name. Yeah, so often we can be two sides of the same thing. In our desire and heart to not hurt anyone, to pursue Jesus wholeheartedly, sometimes in our ignorance, we hurt people, and nobody's perfect. And I think it's just coming to an understanding that that's okay. So how did I get Ryan to sing on it? Well, he's my older brother, so he didn't really have a choice. He was gonna sing on it regardless. One of the big things that I was really passionate about with this entire project is to have a bunch of features on it. I wanted Ryan, Clinton, Evan, Monica, Noe. I wanted all of them on it because we've done so much life together. We've built the church together. We've led worship together. We've written so many songs together. We've traveled to lead worship different places. And it just meant the world to me that we were all in this place and God's moved us all on in different directions. And yet still, the thing that binds us together is our love for Jesus, our friendship, and just the desire to see people encounter his presence. My favorite part about this song is that we started out, and in the first verse you hear, I fight to be first to receive all the grace you assured, and then find it so hard to forgive when I'm misunderstood. And at the end of the song, the whole concept is flipped on its head. And we end with, Lord, help me fight to be first to see people like you do. Not fight to be first to receive, or not fight to be first to get what I want, or to be proven right, or any of those things. But Lord, help me to fight to be first to see people like you do. To see people at their heart, to see the Spirit of God in them, to see the hurt and the pain that we all carry, and to recognize the humanness in someone else. And to fight to be first to say, I'm sorry. Like, let's say I'm sorry first. Let's ask for forgiveness first. And because the flesh doesn't want that. The flesh wants to be proven right. The flesh wants to be vindicated. The flesh wants to get on social media and say, you know, I was hurt by this, 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 and this. And that's why, you know, we don't like the church, or that's why we have moved on. And that's just not the case. Because I was in church today at our church here in California that we love. And Michelle, who was preaching, she said, you don't move on from your church because you are the church. You can have a go written on your heart and say yes to God wherever he asks you to go somewhere. But you don't move on. I thought that was interesting. And I think what got me into a tough spot at our last place was I had tuned out the voice of God in my life that was saying go, and to go on to the next thing or move on to the next thing, or for whatever reason, you know, I've thought back to it 1,000 times and was like, Lord, did I miss your voice? Was I stubborn? And yeah, I think I missed it. I think the Lord was saying move and go, but I was too loyal to what he told me at 17, too loyal to my friends, too loyal to my church, my physical church, too loyal to the vision of the house, which replaced my loyalty to Jesus. And when Jesus doesn't have your biggest yes, he's no longer your Lord. And I let that happen silently. It wasn't a big decision of like, no, Lord, I'm not gonna leave, but I think it was just I got so focused on the task, so focused into the thing I was doing that I lost tune to the one who was guiding, leading, and directing me. I was so zeroed in on the gift that I wasn't listening to the giver. And I think that's really, when I reflect on that whole season, that's the biggest thing in my life that I'm like, Lord, never let me do that again. Lord, help me to be loyal to you above all else. Help me to hear your voice. Help me to live, Holy Spirit, in lockstep with you. Because it can be so easy when you're boots on the ground, working on something, dialed into what you feel like God is doing. You get so focused on that you miss him in all of it. And I think that's what happened. And so Fight to Be First is really about saying, Lord, help me to do this because I know I can't in my own strength, and my flesh pulls me in every other direction. But at the end of the day, I want to love you above all else. I want to glorify you. I want to be led by the Spirit, and I want to see people the way you see people. Yeah, I want to see people the way you see people. Anyways, that's a little bit about Fight to Be First. I love that song. I love this song, and the album's coming soon.